Buzz.
What's up with this unit?
Buzz. Madam Herta, open zone. Buzz. To a high risk zone. Buzz. Permission status. Madam Ron May. Buzz. I am a twin of the rice frying robot. I am the leftover rice frying robot. Buzz. Maintain zone operation. Welcome. Buzz. Basement 1, Basement 2. Shuttle. Corridor. Welcome. Visitor. Conclusion. You cannot enter. Probability assessment. Seeking suggestion. Proceed to basement. Fry leftover rice. Buzz. Fry leftover rice.
Ample supplies.
For the phase flame is fascinating. Unfortunately, before the research, the growth status of the two samples this time is promising. I incorporated personal taste preferences into the concept, but they simultaneously possess two sets of emotional traits. Interestingly, they also possess a kind of inclination.
Huh? What's that sound out there? Huh? This is the headache. It's just a different flavor. I'm not one of Runmay's wreck. Too much Negative energy. Why? Why am I a What's that noise? Follow me. I need to find a place for this little one. That sound? Never imagined there'd be so many of them. You're here too? Seems like this is the other end of that one-way path.
The final days that member number 23 Echa spent in the mechanical city, I'm now certain that the life can exist in thousands of different forms. These life forms are very advanced in their own concepts. I'm starting to feel lost. Perhaps the question, what is the essence of life, never had an answer.
Are you telling me to keep going?
Life is countless and varied in form. I firmly believe in that. Its beauty is like a myriad of flowers, and I want to pluck the one that never wilts.
Nggak balik. Amin tak? Dia terus balik. Keluar dia.
Of all things always have complicated and enchanting exteriors. Ever since I was a child, I've always delighted in observing. I wish to discover the true essence of life. To avoid blind faith in science, I cautiously raised a query. I thought of one life form that would truly lie beyond my reach.
Meow meow.
Sounds... Stay here for a bit. Did something just open?
Hah? Steam. Apa nama dia? Oh ni lah. Ya. I tengok orang main kat TikTok apa sumpah best lah. Dia boleh kita buat decoration bilik sendiri. Maksudnya benda ni macam wallpaper apa? Dia macam kita benda ni kita boleh create sendiri lah ikut kreativiti kita. Maksudnya ikut masing-masing lah. Dia tahu lah. Ada animation tak? Ada animation. Tahu. Ada tahu. Tukar color ni. Detail Nampak ni nak? Ya. Okey, ada something terbuka kat atas tu.
Hidden room. Buzz. Only Madame Ron May has permission. Permissions granted. Select from the below services. 1. This function has...
Is this?
I thought of one life form that would truly lie beyond my reach. And that is... an emanator. I cannot comprehend what an emanator is. Scholars view them as the executors of the Eon's power. So, when did it begin? And at what point did they become closer to... At first, I tried to create a genius. I failed. That question is... However, erudition isn't the only path in the universe. If we set logic aside, of course there would be hazy Ronda. I was able to see the beginning and end of the swarm disaster through the simulated universe. It is a logical decision. I will certainly succeed. Will Herta and Screwlum like this experiment? Most likely not. Therefore, before they realize what I am doing, I must hurry my work, as well as find a fitting assistant.
Permission granted. Select from the below services. 1. Check visitor. Madame Ron May. Alien species. Man with plaster head. Buzz.
Seems like there's something new.
Permission granted.
That sound's coming from above.
Okay, dah boleh selamat.
Lend me your strength.
These are devils. I'll crush them all.
Converge and awaken.
World cleansing dragon.
Human creations. Lend me your strength. To guard and defend. Crush them. We shall take back what we lost.
There's someone in the distance. Who is that?
Here, a genius move. And how will you counter it? Only an idiot would ask such a question. Just move this here. You look distressed. Something the matter? If that's the case, you better get thinking. Are you waiting for a sign? Time is ticking. Descend via the elevator. What you seek is... Have you considered whether the answer to your question will be if a question is of no help, then... Never mind. Allow me to clarify something. I know exactly who you are. And I'm aware you are in Ron May's employ. My goals are roughly aligned with yours. Since you're here, I won't intercede. But that's all you need to know. Just... I can't stand discourtesy. Even when it comes from the real Ron May's creation is hidden in the giant incubator below us. Go. Take the elevator.
Station has an area this big? propagation clone? How can that be?
Awaken dormant scales. World cleansing dragon.
Time to change tactics. Lend me your strength.
Heaven surge.
I'm gonna hold everyone back again.
Got them.
Gather as one. Troublesome. Lend me your strength. I'm scared.
Stay put.
A quick divination. Converge and awaken. Human creations. Yin and yang. Lend me your strength. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
The strength.
I'm gonna hold everyone back again.
Got them.
I see through you.
Fiends or devils. I'll crush them all. Awaken dormant. World cleansing dragon.
Lend me your strength. No matter. Yin and yang. All things human creations. Lend me your strength. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
He sent a storm.
It'll destroy the space station.
Got them.
Yin and yang. Merciful.
The strength. Heaven surge. Rise. Awaken the world cleansing dragon. Fiends or devils. I'll crush them all.
I see through together as one. All things human creations. You'll pay for this.
He sent a storm.
Protect me, please. Troubles. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them. Converge and awaken. Yin and yang. No matter.
Grace. Got them. Heaven surge. Quick. Awaken the world cleansing dragon.
creature was unable to sustain its own existence and vanished as if it had never been born. The threat is over. Time to get going.
Is it over? I need to get some answers out of Run May.
The meeting of geniuses is over. As for the future of the simulated universe, that conclusion isn't important. What's important? You look upset, correct? I regret my actions. There's no defending what I've done. Time and again, I made a clone, but it doesn't hold a candle to the Emanator. How should I have explained it to you? I'm not good at communicating with others. Restrained by time and place, its code of life could only be considered an incomplete attempt. I managed to replicate the moment it was born. Like every living being, it inevitably faced its demise as it journeyed towards... However, even the briefest life should have meaning. I want to know the limits of its capacity. It will indicate how far I've gone in a field completely incomprehensible. And it was a minuscule step. Just as I... I do not have a life outside of research. People always think this price is unimaginable, but it seems rather acceptable to me. I must admit, I'm not fond of scenarios where everything aligns perfectly with my expectations. That's where the joy lies. Even the most predictable storylines can have their pleasant surprises. I have to admit that these little ones born in the process sometimes move me. I see a human-like response in them. It is a concept completely opposite to that of divinity. They have emotion. Emotions may be either positive or negative. However, the love rooted in the depths of their heart is eternal and unchanging. They're still a long way from becoming geniuses, and are therefore unable to discern whether this love is one of friendship. That being said, can even geniuses tell the difference? I cannot, at least. Do you believe my actions were wrong? There's no need to tell me your answer. I just felt like asking the question. How do I seem irresponsible? I'm sorry. I am often at a... The effects of the anti-truth serum will also wear off. If others mention me to you in the future, you can answer however you like. Or even pretend you never knew me. After all, your memory of me will soon dissipate like smoke. Over time, hidden truths tend to surface. Past traumas, which I'd rather leave behind. If I do not want a secret revealed, the most foolproof way is to destroy it. The anti-truth serum will make you... It won't take effect immediately. It is a slow, intangible process. Perhaps you'll remember someone performed selfish experiments on the space station, but you will no longer remember their identity. Perhaps we'll meet again someday, but you won't be able to connect me with the recollection. That way, the connection between life forms will be erased. Friendship. It will make our lives... I believe you.
Screwlum will stay on the space station for a while longer. He and Herta still have problems they need to solve. As for me, I'm leaving soon. Do you still remember the no man's land I mentioned? I'm considering a solo trip back there during my research downtime. I miss member number 55 Ryuching-tu sometimes. She used to always make something delicious for me to drink. I hope I won't meet member number 4 Polka Kakamond. Who knows when the next gathering of geniuses will be? Do you have... I promise I will, if fate allows and you're interested. Upon our next meeting. Though I suppose it wouldn't be no man's land.
If there's nothing pressing, let's take a walk.
Heritor Newsflash. Good evening, Madam Herta fans. This is an urgent broadcast. The great Madam Herta, member 83 of the Genius Society, has been targeted in an attack at the space station. Her current whereabouts are unknown, with no group having stepped forward to claim responsibility. Many Heritors are upset at the ineptitude of upper management, having issued strong protest and condemnation.
Mr. Scrollum, this was a premeditated attack.
Conclusion. Their target was the space station, but their strategies are still unknown to us.
That's right. Which is precisely why we need her. The last to lay eyes on Herta's puppet before the attack was her.
And you are?
This is Dr. Ratio of the Intelligentsia Guild, a delegate from the IPC.
She's only just woken up, dazed. She may need a few pointers. Ah, we cross paths again. Do you remember me? Of course. Why would you? Memory is such a fickle thing, after all.
Miss Trailblazer, you must have many questions.
You probably know the gist of things already. A few system hours ago, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location of the puppet, and we can't pinpoint its signal. No. The attack happened on a base outside the station. She's away on a visit.
She received an invitation from the IPC.
Ah, the technology department. Charming little place, isn't it? Madame Yabuli does possess some semblance of competence, but her subordinate? They want to start some new collaborations with Herta, and have graciously extended an invite for me to play the role of science consultant. It's delightfully amusing. I can't wait to witness firsthand how these geniuses from the so-called Super Smart Club squander the IPC's vast resources.
Mama tak apa-apa kan, memang.
However, this attack was timed a little too well. I can't help but wonder if someone leaked this information. And
I've long heard that you're one of the best researchers in the guild, Dr. Ratio. We are honored to have...
save your flattery. Time is hardly a luxury we can squander. To debate the merits of mere mortals in the company of an actual genius? Excuse me, you. Tell me, what were you doing the last time you saw that puppet? Don't play the fool. Think.
I think I was...
Oh, right. I need your help with something else. That curio's gone missing, and I can't just forget about it. Go find it for me. Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it.
I think she mentioned something important, but I can't... If only there were some hints.
Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask Asta if you want someone to help you.
My memory's kind of hazy. What did I do after that? This is what I recall before I met Herta. Let me try to remember the conversation.
A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body. Sorry, but maybe the researchers at the departments of ecology, Hinkle, and are around here somewhere. I'd suggest you ask them.
Asta seems to have mentioned 2 names. 2 researchers from the departments of ecology and insight.
Those despicable villains are distorting... Ugh! If I discover who's behind this... A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body? Isn't that just a... Oh, nowadays people call them wubbaboos? Well, I might be the Department of Ecology head, but I'm not the most knowledgeable person. Adler would be of more help, but he's been investigating some paranormal... I must say, it's a little embarrassing. We've been through a huge crisis, and our still people are growing... Never mind, I shouldn't be telling you that.
Adler. Right. Then I ran into Arlen.
belum.
Was with him. It was at... Adler was with Arlen.
What? He went to the scene alone with Peppy?
Calm down, Brother Arlen. I know you're upset.
We're walking the dog.
We're having a walk.
Like I said.
So I'm the dog?
They seem to be hiding.
Oh, really? What a coincidence. That kid sure is brave, running straight to the scene on his own. No danger of course. Brother Arlen, I can't.
Can you leave the talk? Let's walk and talk. Why are you looking for Adler? A lost curio. I see. He'll be able to help. Careful. The fragmentum in this area is very unstable. Over there! As I thought, he's in trouble. Let's go!
Lend me your strength. Converge and awaken! Human creations!
These are devils. I'll crush them all!
To guard and defend! Crush them!
Quick! Blood-cleansing dragon! Got them!
Peppy! Are you okay?
That's me! What's up?
She wants to ask you something. I'll leave you to it. Adler, Peppy's...
Don't worry. I think I figured something out. So, which curio... That's all you got? Well, there's beauty in the... Have you asked the department... Huh, she's not wrong.
Huh? What did I say?
Huh. Now that you mention it, I have a wild hypothesis. Let's call it a day.
Adler seems to have gotten a lead, but... what was the information I forgot? And from whom? Let's... go over it from the start. I may have overlooked something. Right. Asta mentioned another name. My memories of Arlen and Adler are...
A curio that's alive. How's it going? Did you find the information? I see. Is that what Hinkle and think? At least that counts as a lead. See? My researchers are just business as usual. After the leak, some researchers have been... Things had settled down a bit with the reconstruction efforts. Yes. 4 researchers have in people were just starting to regain their footing after. However, as you can see, rebuilding trust is harder. Anyway, the most important... That's okay, but think... Oh, by the way, I heard about the thing mentioned, and I'll look into it too. I'll find a way to solve the problem.
So I did consult someone else other than Hinkle. The only thing I remember is that they're from the Department of Insight. The other person should be from the Department of Insight. I need to remember who it is. The other person should be from the Department of Insight. Identifying that person is crucial. It could be the key to making sense of everything.
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. Send me a signal when you see traces of...
I think she mentioned something important. If only there were some...
Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go.
Hey, what brings you here, Rich?
I'm not that...
It's all taken care of. As long as... Here's the account you asked for. It's legit and secure, allowing you to connect... Oh, you flatter me. I'm just a peddler doing a little business on the side. Small scale. Best left under the table. But...
Again? How many times has it been?
You're here too. My memories are just a jumbled mess of... Did my memory piece together... Now I remember. The other person is Emily. She was at the base zone. What did Emily say?
I say, I'm not... No need to be modest. Though I confess I did hear someone say you were the See this materially? I'm not getting any younger.
Again?
Oh, another smart-looking youngster. Wonderful.
Huh. Asta told you to find me? A curio that... However, I've heard of such a species. A colleague who came back from a business trip said that the Xianzhou Alliance has life forms like that. Don't get me wrong. I was merely relaying information. I didn't mean I'd help you.
The Xianzhou species Emily mentioned seems to be what inspired Adler. The disappearances Asta mentioned are likely related to Arlen's investigations too. The Xianzhou species Emily mentioned seems to be what inspired...
I figured you'd come to me to... I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate.
Just as I thought. I vaguely remember that Arlen said more. It's related to...
I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate. How did you know? I see. Could you... I'll be honest with you. There's only one clue. That means that every victim's disappearance was accompanied by some inexplicable fire. The words they used were...
Have you asked the Department of... Huh, she's not...
Huh? What did I say?
Huh, she's not wrong. Ah, that's right! They're called Heliobi. I guess you could say that Wubbaboos and Heliobi are sort of like cousins. Huh. Now that you mention it, let's call it a day. Wait.
Spontaneous combustion of the human body. That is most likely the truth. Let me remember my initial conversation with Herta, just in case. I need to go over it from the start. Starting with the conversation I had with Herta.
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's an send me a signal when you see traces of...
I think she mentioned something important. If only there were some...
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's an energy life form. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it. That's not the point. I wouldn't be bothering with it if it didn't have something to do with the Genius Society. Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask Aztec.
I commend your stamina for recounting that interminable tale. You must be exhausted. Much so. To sum it up, the last time you laid eyes on Herta was in her office. She sent you on a wild goose chase for some trinket, the curio. If that's the narrative you're sticking to, then indulge me. Who, pray tell, can substantiate this captivating drama?
Apologies. Herta did not mention this to me. Affirmation. We can ask Herta herself.
Well, if you lace up those boots and start sprinting now, you might just catch the IPC shuttle in 4 system hours. But as it stands, not a single soul can corroborate...
Mr. Ratio, your style of questioning would seem to have a preconceived...
Apologies. It's an unfortunate habit of mine. When one is immersed in academic, it is also the most efficient method, judging from my experience. Seeking answers with a negative hypothesis in mind is still valid research. If she is truly innocent, she can clear her name with answers. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
If you knew Herta, then you wouldn't find it weird.
Don't interrupt other people. Did no one teach you manners? Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
I remember now. Back then...
That's enough pretending. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
I remember now.
That's enough based on your story. You met with Herta because...
I remember now.
That's enough based on your story. You met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment. And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name.
I remember now.
That's enough, and the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name.
I remember now.
That's enough, and the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name.
I remember now.
That's enough, and the assignment involves a...
Herta didn't mention the name of the curio. We were talking about something else, and she just mentioned it in passing. However, she did give a thorough description of the curio. I didn't make that up.
True. You wouldn't be able to make that up.
Why do I feel like I'm being looked...
And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name. Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one nameless ordinary curio? It's hard for me to imagine she would treasure one curio so much.
I remember now.
That's enough. Herta's collection. An endless...
The curio isn't the point. Herta was only addressing it because of its relation to the Genius Society.
I would imagine the curio is the creation of a genius.
Yes. That seems logically sound. Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio.
Yes, to get more information about the curio. I didn't get a direct answer, but Asta recommended I seek out a researcher who could help.
Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio. However, she decided to hold her tongue until now?
Mr. Ratio, it's because...
I'm asking her, Lady Asta. Your testimony went out the window the second you started being secretive. However, she decided to hold her tongue until now?
I remember now.
That's enough. However, she decided to hold her tongue.
I remember now.
That's enough. However, So what's the story? Are you full of fanciful fiction? Or is Asta the one hoarding secrets like they're going out of style?
Asta isn't trying to hide anything. It's because of her position. Some things shouldn't be said in the open.
What could be more important than Herta's safety?
I agreed for Mr. Ratio to become involved in this. It's okay.
So what's the story? Are you full of fanciful fiction? Or is Asta the one hoarding secrets like they're going out of style?
The space station has been very distrustful of its higher management ever since the Antimatter Legion's invasion. Another severe incident would further intensify suspicion and cause great internal strife.
Oh. So that explains why Lady Asta approved of my participation. After all, the Intelligentsia Guild's representative, they wouldn't be partial to anyone, but would still act for the space station's benefit. Researchers' disappearances, you say? Yes, I've heard the responsibility of sorting out that mess has been thrust upon Arlen, head of the security department.
Yes, I ran into Arlen when looking for
Adler?
A level 2 researcher. According to the Department of Ecology head, he knows more about curios.
Well, did he enlighten you?
Adler seemed to have had an idea at the time.
Researchers' disappearances, you say? Yes, I've heard the responsibility of sorting out that mess.
I remember now.
That's enough. Researchers' disappearances, you say? Yes, I've heard the responsibility of sorting out that mess has been...
I remember now.
That's enough. Researchers' disappearances, you say? Clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked.
No connection? I disagree. There should be evidence linking them together. If I reveal...
Clearly, though, it bears no connection. Researchers' disappearances, you say? Yes.
I remember now.
That's enough. Researchers' disappearances, you say? Clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked.
No. If I recall correctly, Asta said, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location. Isn't that the same as missing?
She did say that. But then what? You need to...
There should be evidence. Arlen discovered something odd when he was investigating the disappearance. The space station's automatic fire suppression system was momentarily activated around the time the disappearances happened. Arlen mentioned that each victim disappeared due...
Huh. But there are no signs of a fire
That's what's so odd about it. But this information has in it... This may not be direct evidence. But if the system also recorded the fire suppression, then there's ample evidence to indicate that...
If these two incidents were caused by the same person, then the suspicion put on you would decrease.
We'll see in the main control room. Let's go.
Harrider Newsflash. This is an urgent broadcast. I repeat, this is an urgent broadcast. News has finally emerged regarding the attack on Madame Herta. The Annihilation Gang has claimed responsibility for the incident and warned of further activity. The Guild has expressed utmost condemnation.
The gods of the starry skies have abandoned the world. They give no thought to the masses. Only the wounded savior can bathe the world in the firelight of destruction. Yet always there are cowards trying in vain to reject their favor and escape the wounds. Flee then. Flee as far as you can. No matter the distance, annihilation will find you.
This is...
A declaration of war, and an announcement of what's to come. They have set their sights on you. The Legion's impact remains, and the Annihilation Gang is already paying a visit. It almost seems like this...
This Duke Inferno Ifrit is a life form that hails from Fatora, a world long since destroyed. His race, the ever-burning fire demons, regard
a group of pitiful lunatics. I like Dr. Primitive's assessment of them. The fire demons have a cruel temper and instinctively ignite and destroy.
Japella Brotherhood.
On the Stellaron Hunters wanted posters, they stand accused of inciting the Japella Rebellion.
The Japella Palace crumbled in the scorched. Something similar is about to happen here. That video will soon circulate.
The destruction of...
I'm afraid more than trust. You need to start acting now. You have a superior strategy? Pray tell, do we set the two of them loose, turning whispered fears into full...
If we did that, we'd be at a disadvantage. I'll stay here and try to contain the news as best I can.
This Duke Inferno Ifrit is a life form that hails from Fatora, a world long since destroyed. His race, the ever-burning fire demons, regard Nanook as their emperor and savior, but the Eon has never cast their gaze upon them.
If we did that, we'd be at a disadvantage.
If there's nothing pressing, let's take a walk.
Hello? Hello?